Alright, so the recording should be
Safe.
started now. So everybody, welcome back. We're joined once again with Magpie, Minos, Default, and Medic, who are in London. Leading off from last time, I believe that we're all at the apartments. We had just decrypted the 2 hard drives from the Fukasoft genetics factory. And we had also retrieved the comlink of Adelie, one of the 3 missing children, and one of the local, I guess, gang leaders for Red Watch. One of the local group leaders. So,
Yes.
what are our plans for today? It took us 12 hours to break the hard drives. So some of us are a bit sleepy, and it is early into the day. We're probably at about 10 or 11 in the morning.
Long haul lasts for how long again? It's like days, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to save some long haul and go ahead and tackle these sprites and get my sprites back.
Okay.
It lasts 4 days. You can sleep during that time. It's not well, actually, in your opinion, would long haul stop you from sleeping?
It'd probably make it really hard to sleep or to get a comfortable night's sleep.
Well, there's not a whole lot for Minus to do, so...
Yep. Well, since I'll probably be still on that, I'm going to start working on the comlink.
Alright.
And, hey, Default, do you still have Tanky around? Can you give me a hand with this comlink?
I'm sorry, but sadly,
He's
Tanky
occupied?
didn't make it out. No, Tanky didn't make it out of the hard drive.
Oh. He was handy.
I mean, I plan on having another one shortly, but it'll be several hours. Like, probably tomorrow.
Well, I'll do what I can for right now, then. I'll do more tomorrow, then.
Is there anything else that should be done? You know, we planned on making another run into that zone.
If we are, we would have to make our arrangements or find a quote-unquote secret way in.
Yeah.
But I believe we have the layout of the sewers, don't we now?
Do we?
Wasn't that some of the information that was on the hard drive?
I don't think
It
it's
was in
stretched.
fact some of the information on the hard drive, but it is like 30 years old almost. And if you recall, that was for the in the Lambeth containment area, so some of that has since collapsed.
Well, it'd be worthwhile yeah, it'd be better than walking around on the surface, and heck, we could probably sell it to, if we map out some areas, we can probably sell it to, I don't know, Red Watch for money or for future assistance.
Whatever we do, let's sell it after we are done using it.
Oh yeah, well, we're going to sell a copy of it. No point selling the copy.
No, well, I don't want anyone else running around down there while we're doing things.
Yeah.
We can avoid it. I want to look into buying some drones, I think.
Heck, yeah, if we task a fly spy for it, just have it map out the possible routes.
I seem to remember several situations that we've gotten into where we could have used a flying drone.
Alright, I'm going to roll hardware to start at least putting some time onto the comlink.
Let's see it. Alright, 3 successes. The comlink isn't that horribly damaged. It looks like it was tossed out of maybe the window, something like that, of the car. And so it's mostly banged up around like the edges on one of the corners. So it would take you about 2.5, 3 hours to, you think, to get this repaired.
A few hours? Okay. So never mind. Default. I think I can get this. It's not as messed up as I thought it was going to be.
That's gonna hurt, Seth. Or default.
Oof.
Yeah, I'll say so. So I'm down to 4. I'll do it again, but dang, I think it's. Wait, does it take me 6 hours and then I fail?
Oh, that was a failure? I thought that was, doesn't that also determine how much damage you take?
Oh, it does both. Like
Yeah.
I get my butt kicked, and then I also oof.
And it's
Yeah, that
hits
was a
times
nasty spread you
2
were
for
trying to send
drain.
there.
Oof.
Yeah, it just took 18 drain. I may be unconscious.
This is why.
By
Please
may I
say-
mean, yep.
But please say you have the biomonitor on.
I mean, I'm sure I'm sitting there right beside you. You just see me like meditating with the sprite, and suddenly 6 hours later, it's like. So that's 18. Stun damage is gonna fill up. I already have 1 stun from the first time, so I get 10 of that, and then I take 4 physicals. Oh, good God!
So you're gonna be in
Is
bed
there
rest
limit
for a
to
while.
that? There's no limit to that. It doesn't have a limit on its.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't. My other question is, what force was it?
6.
Oh, good. It's not physical damage.
Um,
Well, it
Because if you
overflowed.
tried to summon a force
Um,
7, it would be always
No.
physical damage.
Well, part of it is physical though, because of overflow.
yeah, overflow is
Yes.
enough. I mean, but dear God. So I think I'm down for a couple days actually. Just
Did
fall
you,
over unconscious.
Could you not
Yes.
soak any of that?
No.
Alright. Do you? I just causes fading. Did I resist fade? Oh, I didn't resist fade. I need to
Yeah,
Oh,
you
resist
should
fade.
resist fade.
It seems like a good idea.
If you get 4 hits, you're just sleeping.
Right?
I didn't.
Well,
Well, that does what?
Well, no. Hold on. Yeah, it causes fading. It causes 18 fade,
So you're looking at 15 fade.
15 fade. So I take the 10. I have 5 left over, and then I have 2 wounds.
Fantastic.
Slightly better.
I just have to heal that, right? I just heal that on the next.
Yeah, I cannot first aid you, but I can do the medicine for the
Extended care.
care. Yep. And you get
This
extra
is
dice to
awesome.
the number of hits I get.
so in
Just
default,
get him some
then,
chicken soup.
it might take a few hours to get tanky for you. He meant it might
Next
take
week.
a day or two.
Few days.
So
That's fun.
yeah, so Medic's busy trying to fix this thing, and his biomonitor just goes off, and he's like, then the lake shows like default just kind of like unconscious, and then like signs of internal bleeding. It's like,
I am
frag.
probably only out for a day. Just for the record. Probably only a day.
After your mild seizure attack.
Yeah.
So Medic will pause a little bit, kind of pick him up, lay him on the sofa, kind of in the resting position, and then goes back to doing the last few hours of work. Oh no, this happened at the beginning of your 6 hours or at the end of your 6 hours?
It happens after the 6 hours of registering.
Oh shit! So I would have been done my repairs by that point.
By that point.
I think.
You're watching a soccer game or something, and you're like, wait, what the hell?
Yep. So I'm going to roll my medicine for him and get the extended care underway.
So I
All
kind of
right.
wonder at this point, and this is all just narratively speaking, but if I'm trying to compile a fault or register a fault sprite, and I mess up that badly, it's like, does it just kind of go wild, hopping around the apartment looking for things to try and spike, or it's like the TV explodes, the air conditioner goes out, and then it's down in the street going from car to car, just blowing stuff up.
Well, it bricked you, so then it can go home.
Yeah, like a gremlin just running down the street. I like that.
That's fun. So I have one bonus die to my test.
Nope. You
I
got
don't have
4.
anything for my. Oh, I got 4.
Since we're
so-
going to be there for a day, and I'm going to send a low priority message to everybody, so it doesn't like alert them just when they wake up. Let's see. Yeah, default's down for a while. He just needs to go sleep off.
Don't
What
worry,
it's done.
it's his own fault. He wasn't attacked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Scorched his gray
You
matter
should
a
just say
little.
you did it. You should tell everybody that you did it and like scare them a little bit.
I'm
Default
pretty sure
wouldn't
they
stop
know Medic-
talking, so
I'm pretty sure that they know Medic wouldn't do that. Would they?
Maybe. I don't know you that well.
That's true.
alright, so I need to roll body plus willpower extended test to get rid of the rest of it.
All right.
What 1 hour intervals for stun?
Yeah, and I think does that last for the day or is it just for the first roll? For the
Well, that
extended?
is one day. The physical damage is a day, and I healed that first, so
you know
that's...
you heal stun first, but then physical. If I
You do-
remember right, in the priority of healing. Yeah, natural healing, I believe. I'm going to have to double check. I thought I just remember reading that. It's you go.
If character has
stun
stun
first.
damage, the stun must be healed first.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Alright. Do I take wound penalties to this?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
Alright, so
So I
discard
guess-
that.
So what are Minos and I doing? I wonder.
I'm looking for a place to live.
Well, that's right. You're out in the farmlands, right?
Yes.
All right. Was there a? You said there was a particular spot you had scoped out.
Oh yeah. Hour and a half south. A place called Battle in Sussex. It's where the
Yeah.
original Battle of Hastings took place.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. Anywhere there.
Anywhere there.
So we need to get you some kind of fast transport then, because that's a little bit away.
What's the point?
I feel like I should be offended by that.
Why?
Just trying to get away from us.
The city, not you. You're just in the city.
Be in the orbital south there. Yeah, they probably have some really good real estate. That's closer to where the nuclear fallout happened.
What? No, it's much farther south.
All right. So what level of lifestyle did you need?
Well, I'm keeping 2. So I've got the one in outside of Seattle, and I'm gonna have one here too. So
Okay.
mediums,
Medium. Okay.
and they're at 4 times cost.
Okay.
Troll magic.
Well, it's double and then double again from food. So can I make that not 4 times cost? Can we just like, where it's doubled, and then can I just make it 3 times, or maybe less? It's starting to really hurt.
What's the
Is it because of
typical,
like an
mail?
allergen or something?
Yeah, I'm allergic to soy. you're gonna have an allergy, that's a great one to have.
Oh, you're allergic to everything that ever existed? Okay, cool.
No, soy.
I know. Everything's soy now. So.
Well, yeah.
All right. Yeah, for that price, you can easily find something in Sussex.
Great. Hopefully something with some land. Maybe a castle.
Ooh, castle would be sweet.
An old
No.
church.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or a big
Church,
maze.
a couple of acres. Farmable acres. Cuts down on the cost of food.
Lots of geese. Sheep.
Yes.
All right.
Some milk cows.
All right, so Minos gets his own little blacksmith and homestead there in Yorkshire again. And during that time, we were able to crack Adeli's comlink. Now, the information, you're mostly tending to default throughout the day, but the information you are able to glean from the comlink, the most pertinent that you find are Adeli's last 2 GPS locations from where she was at before the comlink went missing and was subsequently found by Dacia.
Okay. I'll just copy those, and if there's anything cryptid, I'm going to wait and let Default handle those when he's in a better condition.
Okay.
Oh, default.
I mean, it's frustrating because if I just had a sprite already compiled, it wouldn't matter that I was unconscious. I don't actually do any of the hacking stuff. It's all the sprites.
One day, 4 hours. Okay.
And I assume I'm unconscious that whole time since I maxed out my... So I guess no. I just have...
No, I believe you will regain consciousness until when you hit 0 stun.
Okay, so 4 hours later I'm conscious again, and then I have the day to heal up.
Okay. All right. So what are we doing? We did unencrypt and then re-encrypt the hard drive, so you can meet up with the Johnson over that if you'd like.
Yes, I believe we'd like to get that finished up.
Do you want to wait till I'm healed up so I can check the comlink again, or do you just want me to set this one out?
I think the comlink is ours, so we were just surrendering the hard drives.
It's just the hard drives.
The Johnson's comlink, in case he's,
I have no interest in doing that.
worked last time pretty well.
Yeah, but that wasn't a Johnson either. There's something called ethics. We'll tell you about it later.
Tell me
You
about
want me
it.
to come? You want me to come along, or do you want me to keep an eye on Mr. Sleepy
we'll
Beauty
go.
here?
Just get him a little bowl of soup and a little sippy cup. He'll be fine.
Can I have one of those straws that twists? I just want one of those little straws with the little loopy thing in it, and I'll be fine.
Sure.
That's the thing.
We'll bring you back one.
So the 3 of you will go off to meet the Johnson at Squabblewogs?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. You take the small pickup gopher to Squabblewogs, the kind of little corner side pub there. The 3 of you get out and enter into the bar, once again meant by the orc bouncer who AR tags your weapons, as long as you don't have anything larger than a pistol, and then allows you through the door.
Excellent. I see you again.
Sirs. As you enter into the main portion of the bar, the bar and bartender on your right hand side, he starts pouring a few drinks. What do you boys have tonight?
Just give me a pint.
Okay.
I'll take a whiskey.
The whiskey also.
All right, couple whiskeys and a pint. And after serving you your drinks, he kind of motions with his bar towel at a table in the back booth where you sat before with your Johnson. The same man is back there now with what looks like a British Special Forces long sleeve sweater on. It has like the large sewn in shoulder pads. It's the olive green. He kind of sits back there with his short crew cut haircut in his early 40s. His thick military boots and camouflage pants.
Yeah, medics looking him over. You know what?
Okay.
I'm going to do a sense. Is there any way I can figure out if this guy's holding himself like a military profession or professional?
You mean if he's not just posing as one?
Yeah.
In his sincerity, I believe there is like a sense motive type deal,
I think it's judge intentions.
right?
Well, I'm
So-
okay at that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to.
So I guess it'd be versus whatever threshold he established with a disguise test if he was being in disguise.
All right, he does not appear to be just disguised. He does hold himself as if he had a military background. He does have a small sidearm tucked beneath his left armpit in an easy to draw manner. So he does look to be some sort of ex-corporate military.
My medical just kind of give him like the slight acknowledging head nod. So it's like, yep.
Cool.
All right, so all three of you go sit down, or
Yes.
Yeah, I'll sit left of Magpie.
Hello again.
hey, how'd everything go?
Successfully. We have your goods intact.
We managed to. Through DNI, are we going to mention that we managed to restore the hard drives?
Don't need to tell him anything.
Okay.
So let's see what you
Then
found.
medic will.
So just push over the pair of things in like a little satchel.
Okay.
Pair of hard drives.
He lifts up one, the lip of the parcel so that he can peer into the bag, and sees the 2 hard drives. All right, I don't know what this is, but I'm sure it's something. Thank you very much for your time. And I believe he promised you 2,500 yen.
So we negotiated him up to.
Okay. So, within a few moments, you see the transfer of money, and the yen is deposited into your account. Was there anything else you found?
Violence and unpleasantness.
I don't want anything to do with that. All right, then,
Well.
if that's all your business, appreciate your time.
If you have any other work you need doing, just let us know.
Yeah, we'll drop a contact, and he gives you a place where he can put up like bulletins for help wanted, whatnot.
Cool.
Through DNI, quick and painless.
That's the ways I want it.
And soon after
We
your
should have
business is
phone
concluded,
numbers.
the Johnson finishes his drink, stands up, kind of shakes it off, walks out to his car, gets in, and drives away.
I think we should have a drink or two. Maybe ask around if there's any other work, but we're definitely gonna need a few days off. Get our tiny boy into good shape.
He'll be fine by tomorrow or tomorrow night. Assuming that he does exactly as I say.
And you think the likelihood of that is high, low?
If he values his health, yes,
So low then.
most likely. But
All right,
we can be surprised.
Listen, he's not gonna let himself die. He owes too many people too much money. It'll be all right. See if we can get a job. If not, then spend some days looking into this while we're looking for work. I don't like being without work for too long. Glad to see that you're back to your talkative self, Minos.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry. I'm looking up furniture.
What? Out of curiosity, what's the date again? I want to put that back in my journal.
I was actually... Oh, date? Don't know. But I was actually doing the math, and judging by what we made today, I'm going to have to do 64 more of those before the month's out. So, if we could get cracking on some more, maybe find something that pays a little bit more, that'd be appreciative.
So what you're saying is you have a very expensive lifestyle that you lead.
Well, with wet work off the table, wet work tends to pay the most. Or at least that, in my experience, has been the one that pays the most.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I don't know. I think hunting sea serpents has been the, in my experience, has paid the most. But the fallout from that is a little worse.
Yeah.
Are you guys discussing all of this through DNI, or are you saying any of it out loud?
I think we're just talking. I was gonna be talking.
Yeah, you know.
Well, this is a runner-friendly bar, so
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I could definitely see talking out loud, but not like voicing it out.
It's not that I'm against it. It's the fact that all too often it's a too easy solution.
And usually the kind of people who hire you for wet work are not too squeamish about killing you afterwards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the trade-off, though.
Corps tend to get really mad when you start killing their employees, too.
What about relocating personnel from one corporation to another?
Hey, that's just transfers. That's no big deal.
Whatever.
So we just want to avoid putting blood on the floor? What about smuggling?
I think we just want to avoid missions that are about killing someone.
Let's see what the pay is. I think that should be the number one thing.
Flexible morals?
No.
Let's just avoid jobs that where they say anything about a percentage of million. Because once they start bringing it up to like that level, then they have our best interests in mind.
I think that around this time I'm getting kind of bored, so I'm gonna go ahead and comm link into all of them. Like just put a call in. Hey guys, how's it going? Got the twisty straw yet?
It's like FaceTime where you just put the phone up on the bar.
Oh, you're awake.
We
Hey,
have
buddy.
a projector, so we can just project an image of him on the table.
Would
So
you dip into the icy a little too much last night?
You see a little bit. You see like he has like a kind of an AR notepad up in front of him and a pencil in his hand. And he's sitting there writing things. He's just like talking. Hey, when are you guys gonna come back? I'm kind of bored.
Pretty soon. We're just meeting up with that Johnson to get our money.
Which we already
Oh, we
got.
get paid? Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, no.
Was it a
Just
lot?
don't spend it all in one spot.
Sure.
I mean, I got guys to pay. Hey, while I got you guys on the line, I'm trying to come up with like lines about bulls to say whenever Minos does cool stuff because he won't do it. Can
I'm
y'all
here.
think of anything good?
You know I'm here, right?
No, absolutely. I'm saying it right in front of you.
Like, are we talking about like bowls and like stuff you put soup in?
Yeah, I was gonna say something like, good thing it wasn't a china cabinet. Whenever he like tears some stuff up, and maybe I get, since he won't yell at, maybe I'll shout, "Hey, you mess with the bull, you get the horns." That sort of stuff. Kind of build up our cred.
Yeah.
I'm putting him on mute.
I unmute. I fully support this action. Stuff needs a little work. I do some research, maybe on improv. Yes, and the bull's horns. Just workshop.
It's not a bad idea.
But just remember, Minos, this is all in good fun. And well, him doing it is. Yeah. Maybe once we get this comlink thing figured out, we'll be able to do this missing kid's job. Maybe that'll lead to something.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, while I'm here, I can just try to fiddle with it.
Are you upright? Can you do that kind of thing?
I can sit upright.
It's a good start. Ask some people to help you out. Don't get too crazy.
All right, well, I guess we'll look into it. Don't forget the twisty straw, okay?
No, we're gonna get like a pack of 25. You'll be fine. Is there a place for us to tell the bartender or like put up a notice? There's people looking for work.
Yes.
Here. Then I would like to do that. Flag our operation as open for business.
As a 4-man team
Yes.
with variable possibilities.
So many.
All right. Done and done.
And then, finish our drinks. Let's head back. Anything else you need to do out in the world, Minos? Or we?
No, I should be good.
Okay. Let's go see what all this hardware we've got, what the information we've got access to is good for. He was in there for a long time.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah, the information that we got from the hard drives.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
But
definitely sort that out.
He started talking about matrix architecture and machine spirits. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Are we going to turn one of our rooms into like the command point, or the command room, for lack of a better term?
I mean, you could if you
Whiteboards.
want. It'd probably be a lot easier to do it at my place. I have more than one.
Are you willing to do that at your place?
I'm much more willing to do it at my place than this place. Whatever this is. This flop house.
Yeah.
Is that a bed bug?
I don't know, but Metro purge everything with fire.
So do you all have places yet, or are you still staying in this little hovel?
I'm staying here until I have a little bit more funds backed up. Then going to see if I can find a
That's
better
right.
place.
That's the issue. In order to get an apartment, you need licensing and everything. Magpie's actually from London, so he has all the proper documentation and everything.
Yep.
Didn't we get that all sorted, paid out, and
I think
we're
we're
just
still
waiting
waiting
for it to
on
be
that guy.
Yeah, I'm
processed?
pretty sure we're all still waiting on that.
Oh, so I
And
can't
then-
get anything
Yeah, so sorry, man. I
Stuck in
can't
this
be able to
hovel?
get it yet.
at all?
Not unless you can convince them that you're an outstanding citizen.
He is outstanding.
And
He's
then we have
Outstanding in the street right now.
Yep. Then we have my coyote contact arranging legal entry papers for us.
Yes.
What was the name of the apartment complex area that I was living in now? It's something very British.
A cup of tea, chaps.
Yes,
think
you're
that
in
was
the
it.
East End.
Fish and chips.
Okay.
Drowners Gate.
So have you shopped around this information at all?
I don't even know what the information you got is.
All
I mean,
so
it's
the
stored on your
information
comlink, right?
is old architecture from the area, the Lambeth containment area, kind of surrounding the Fukasoft industry or factory. That like city block housed many different corporations that dabbled in lots of different technologies, and from time to time they would share equipment or product and things like that between them, like either buying, selling, or sharing through one another. And as such, they had several different complexes under the ground, and kind of like a monorail system that would ferret in people and commodities around beneath these different factories. Kind of like when you guys were in the Fukasoft and you went down into the basement, and I was saying that it goes further down underground, but it looks like it's been collapsed in.
Yeah.
Stuff like you have the blueprints for that area and stuff like that from before the bugs came.
So this is cool information, and we could sell it once we know what it is. But I have a counter offer that I think may be interesting to some of you more than others. What if we utilized this network, fixed it up a bit, and then we made money ferrying people and things around?
Yes, I was just going to. The other method we can do for this is how much. If we have this, and currently the only other people that have it is who we surrender this to. Let's go and essentially do some diving and see what we can find of value before we convert it over to like a underground transit system for.
Because this is probably lots of technology and stuff down there.
Why wouldn't
And-
we consider selling it off to somebody who we know that we could trust to form a positive system, like those Red Dawn guys?
The Red Watch guys, that would be the only people I would really trust with that kind of information right now. Other
But
than the
first,
people we just gave it to.
Yeah, and if there's any technologies I would prefer we get our hands on it first before the people who we surrendered to take advantage of it.
So maybe we could work out a deal with them to where we sell them the information and they'll give us a piece of the pie, but they'll also give us money for going and actually clearing out the roots.
They already had that information. We can't sell it to them now.
No, the Red Watch guys.
Oh,
Because
How
they
much
don't
money
have
do you
a lot
think
of.
the Red Watch is going to have?
That's what I'm thinking. They don't have a lot of money, but they have a lot of information. I'm guessing they have a lot of access to people. So if we need,
People, jobs, things that you guys won't object to, because I need to make some money, and you guys keep mixing all my good ideas. So
Didn't we get some money from from finding out about the kid? And I know we still have 2 more to go, but didn't we get some expenses from that paid?
we got $12.50, I think, a piece,
Okay,
something like that. That's what I have written down.
so total we've done.
I
we've
thought
done
that
about-
was $12.50 payout.
Maybe that was.
God, that's not a lot of
Because
money.
because I was looking at, like, if it's only $12.50 that we got paid out, I would surrender my cut to default just to shut him up.
He's okay with that. It won't shut him up though.
I mean, yeah, it's not
I'm
going to work,
fine.
but I'll say it'll work.
They should have been.
How many people do I have to kill to make rent this month? What is that what it's coming down to?
Depends on how
So if we
important they
sell
are,
this
I guess.
information to Red Bull, and then they ask for a piece of all the coyote fees they charge, in addition to being able to clear out the tunnels first, salvage technology, and hopefully they'll pay us to do that, and connect us with more people for jobs, I feel like we're winning.
That's all true. What I think we should do, Medic, before you say anything, I think we should go and start doing that while we're waiting on someone to give us a real job. Because otherwise we're just sitting around not making money. Because, there's no one paying us to do this. So we might as well be doing that while we're waiting for a real job.
Yeah. And if we do find a new job between there, we can just cut real quick.
Yep.
Yeah. We just need to talk to these Red Watch guys and find a way to get in and out of the zone.
Well, let's go pour over what we have for the tunnel network, and see if defaults, if your friends can find any up-to-date sewer or infrastructure that's available on the public grid. Because then we can just overlay this and just kind of tweak things to make it work.
When are we doing this? Like tomorrow?
Ish.
I can try and make that happen tomorrow.
All right. Oh, also default, it fixed the comm link, so if you ever have a moment that you can task that, that would be appreciated. That'll be of some value. Also,
as soon as I'm
over here-
100%, yeah, sure, totally.
Also, I'm here as I'm going to bring up the map through private AR and kind of tag the two locations that the comlink had for GPS. These are the two last locations of the owner of the comlink we're at. Do we want to put this on our list of areas to investigate?
Are those within the zone?
Both of those locations are within the Lambeth Zone. The most recent location that the phone is in is an apartment complex not too far within the zone. And the second location is actually in that same city block as the Fukasoft building. It's actually a different factory there, but it was like one of the resource repositories on the north end of that block.
So what's the best way you think of getting back in? Through the sewers, now that we have that info?
Maybe.
It'll be the cheapest way in.
Okay, we'll still need transportation. Do you think we can fit a vehicle in the sewers? Is there any sewer system that we could feasibly take a vehicle through? Something that big?
Nothing
pretty sure not.
Like a motor, like a moped type or small motorcycle type.
We're probably going to have to get to the entrance and then hoof it.
Okay.
Well, if we're willing,
would have been nice to have a van.
Yeah.
in there.
Well, if
We can always steal one.
yeah.
Or buy one.
Or steal one.
I'm. You kind of see medic ones. Like, I could, if we do steal one, I could clear the, reset the registry and everything so we can make it legally look like ours. But it would
best
take
bet would be
time.
to kill the people who owned it, who were also criminals.
Are you suggesting we go hit the gang that fragged with us?
I
They had a nice man.
They did.
They were kind
hole in
enough
a
to donate.
tire.
They were kind enough to donate us weapons against their free will.
See, here's the thing. Killing people, whatever. It's business. But if it's gangers, I'm not even worried about that. Or at least, taking them out. Because they're already doing bad shit anyways. Hooding, that's what it's about. Doing the good things, right? Being the good guys.
Were you ever in a gang?
Huh?
Were you ever in a gang?
I mean, it's a barbershop quartet, but we were kind of rough.
My general rule of engagement is I don't, unless they're someone that we have to dispatch. If they fire upon me with intent kill, I will kill them. Unless stated otherwise.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into the Lambeth. We're gonna go into the zone. They're gonna mess with us, and then we'll be able to get stuff from them. I'm saying it's
You're
gonna
gonna
happen.
go in there and defend yourselves.
We're
Yes.
gonna aggressively defend ourselves.
Someone was thinking the same line I was.
I mean, we were just asking for it, you know, going into the zone.
Lambeth Zone needs some freedom.
That's right. Save them from themselves.
Yeah.
762 democracy.
But I would like to investigate the sewer system just to see what's down there and maybe if there's anything valuable, scavenge it and sell it.
Sure.
Plus, you know, default's right. I'm kind of bored.
And what's the timeline on doing this?
Yes.
I think this is going to be our standing thing until we have something otherwise. 'Cause we don't know how long it's going to take, and if we do this between jobs, we might be able to map out the whole thing, get it completely functional, and literally have a underground headquarters we can operate out of, and not worry about rent.
Well, at the very least,
I like that.
we don't know how long it's going to take for us to get a job. We don't know all the people we knew in Seattle. I know some people here, but not very many.
Yeah,
Well,
we need to
maybe
get
that should be a
reputation.
priority then.
Making new friends and influencing people.
Sure.
Well, I'm down for trying to get a better connection with the Red Watch, because there'll be a good source of support in the zone.
Unfortunately, they won't be a good source of money.
No, but sometimes intelligence is worth it.
Well, you never know.
Money
Maybe
goal.
they have something. Maybe they have something they don't know is valuable.
Could be.
Information, something. Who knows?
Maybe
Or
they already
somebody-
know something about the sewer system.
Or somebody knows somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah.
But either way, we have to get back in the zone. So sewers look like it's going to be our first priority to resolve.
Yeah.
Alright, so
So-
you keep up that delicious IV drip on default for another day. And then tomorrow, we'll see about heading out, doing something.
All right. So we want to fast forward 24 hours.
I
Yep.
think so.
During that time, I'm going to spend the new yen needed to go and restock my med kits, or at least get Magpie to restock them on my behalf.
Okay.
I can do that. I also have some drones I'd like to buy. Their availability 8. So I will need you to roll 8 dice for me. Dungeon Master.
So I need to try and get a to try and register at least one sprite, just so I can do the thing. Do I have 6 hours for that after I heal up?
Magpie right now is doing this within those 24 hours.
And a day later is when I'll get my drones.
Okay. So it's going to take you about a day to get your drones and about a day to get default all healed up. So yeah, well, let's go ahead and skip over that time then.
All right.
So default will now spend 6 hours compiling a sprite. Is that correct?
Compiling is instantaneous. Registering is what takes forever.
Okay.
So hit me back with 6. Bam.
Nice. Now you're gonna register it.
Yeah, but I take 3 fade.
Womp, 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 womp.
I'm gonna hit you up with 12 successes right here. Knocked you out for good.
Yeah. You guys go on without me. I'm staying in. So yeah, 12d6.
Oof.
Night.
Did you fail again?
I need to spend an edge to use the other 8 dice there to try and get 2 more successes so this thing's actually compiled.
Hey, there you
Woohoo! So it's got 7 services, and I need to resist 12 fade.
go. Good luck.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. And do I take wound penalties for resisting fate? I do, right?
I think for resisting fade, yes.
So that's 8. I
On top of your
fall
other 3.
unconscious.
But
Yeah,
you don't-
I got 11 stun. I fall unconscious.
Oh, but yeah, but you only go. So in 3-4 hours, you're gonna wake back up.
Yeah, probably. So it's
Okay.
wait a day for me to heal up. Okay, let me know. Compile the sprite. Zonk.
All right.
Damn.
Excellent.
So roughly 30 hours after finding this, finding the information, getting the hard drives cracked, and getting the comlink repaired, Default settles back down for another little nap.
Oh, poor little guy.
Is this his new thing now?
Apparently, this is the new normal.
It
Okay.
never used to happen this badly.
Have you been doing the drugs?
Just whatever I've been giving him that should be keeping him awake. Oh. It's like dealing with a mage. Oh.
It takes me 5 hours to wake up.
Except mages are scarier.
Yeah, unless they keep knocking themselves out trying to bind a spirit. You just see like Medic just rubbing his forehead.
Okay, well, while he's unconscious for another day, I guess we can go and start talking to people.
Yeah, just 5 hours.
Just 5 hours.
Who do we want to go talk to? What are we looking for?
I'd like to try to make some new contacts, but I'm not sure how you would like to handle such things in your game.
Okay.
So
Do you have
cruising
any
the
idea?
bars.
Right? 'Cause
No,
you're already kind of making contacts through, like, there's that Johnson. He gave you a contact node to where the two of you can work together again, and you did leave some messages there at the pub, so other Johnsons can try to get a hold of you anonymously. Like, what are the, like, do you want to go to a softball game, or like, how else are you trying to?
The Rotary
They
Club
play
meeting.
softball here.
Yeah, a cricket game. My bad.
I actually would like to use my bars and clubs skill to see if I would know of any like high class. You know, when I say gentlemen's clubs, I don't mean like strip clubs. I mean like for gentlemen, because this
Okay.
is London.
In the strip club.
Yeah.
So like
Not
like
Something with a dress code.
a private club for smoking cigars and drinking very expensive whiskey.
Yeah, a bourbon den.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find, you know where several of those are, and especially in like the West End, the estates, the palaces, even in West Way or the Village, you'll find those places all over.
But I would like to do like maybe combine it with area knowledge or black markets or something to where it's like it's a place for gentlemen, but a place for gentlemen who need unsavory characters who are also gentlemen.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Shadowrun haunts. Runner haunts.
They're out
Runner
there.
haunts,
They're
but
all
for
over.
like 2070s highwaymen. And I'd like to see if I can find those. Do you want me to roll bars and clubs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see lots of successes, 5 or more.
Me too. Wow.
No, you're kidding me.
Oh,
0?
Nope. All right, never mind, guys. Let's just go hang out with unconscious default.
So, well, it's not that easy because you do go to some of the old places from what you remember back in the day, and yeah, just the times have changed. And so over the next 6 hours, 7 hours, well, 6 hours that he was compiling, and then another 5 hours that he'll be unconscious. So you put a good 6 to 8 hours of hoofing it from one place to another, like the old haunts you used to know, and it's just all useless footwork for you tonight.
Hoofing it. Sounds like Minos.
Yeah.
It's not London. It's not me that's wrong. It's London that's wrong. Ah, crap. At some point, I'll just like dejectedly send a DNI or text message to Albatross saying like, "Find me some people who matter here in London. I need help. Take your time. I'm not worth anything."
What kind of help?
Like he know. Yeah, I'm guessing he knows somebody. He might know somebody. I'm not like saying like, "Hey, drop everything you're doing and find us somebody." Just like, if you hear something, let us know.
Okay. Yeah, you've got like 4 different feelers out on it now.
I'm gonna contact that detective.
Yeah, that guy.
Detective McGregor.
Yes.
This is while default is compiling.
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of early in the afternoon. You just get a voice messaging system. This is the
Right.
desk of Detective McGregor. Please leave a message, detailed message with blah 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 blah. Beep.
Yeah, I'll mention this has to do with the case of the kid's name, whichever it was. I'm not gonna give my name, but I'll say call me back. You know who I am.
Okay. Yeah, so in the case of the children, you found Hope was the dead body, and there's still Perry and Adelie. And Adelie is the one that's the leader of the Red Watch. So,
We don't. Hope is the
Yes.
dead dwarf lady chick, I think.
Yeah. Hope is dead default. So,
Yeah.
Medic, is there anything that you're up to during this time?
I did ask that one question with the can I improve my rating 3 med kit as per the rules for run and gun? It's an advanced rule.
You said
Where
you
I'd
want to
spend
improve it?
yeah, I would have to spend another additional 750 because it's the price of the med kit. And then I have to make an extended test threshold of 5 to see if I can upgrade my med kit.
Okay, that's fine.
So I have a rate. So that way I have a rating 5 med kit in the size that has in the size of a rating 3, so it's still fit in my pocket.
Okay.
Isn't rating 3 a fanny pack?
No, rating 3 still is the pocket. 4 is the fanny pack. 5 is the fanny pack. 6 is like the bag or backpack.
Oh, I
I'm
thought
very
5 was like the
disappointed.
backpack.
I was for sure that you were running around with a fanny pack, and it was awesome.
Nope, Medic has his underneath the reactive backpack that he has.
You know what though? Our EMTs that wear those fanny packs really are cool. They hold everything in just the right place. I'm a little jealous of it. The most tactical fanny pack ever.
Not everybody can rock a fanny pack.
No.
So that's 1 hour. I'm going to use an edge to reroll that. Since we have a day. That's sad and depressing. Nope. Looks like well, I still have 3 more tries left. I should probably pre-edge this.
All right, so you work on your med pack throughout the 6 hours that Default is compiling. Minos, roughly at about the time Default passes back out to take his second nap, the detective, already drunk late into the afternoon, has freshly awoken to your message and has started calling you back.
Okay, I'll answer.
Hey, feller, you mentioned the kids. Did you find one?
Yeah, I told you about Hope.
Oh.
And
yeah.
I've got a lead on Natalie. But I need a favor.
What's that? What can I do to help?
I need to know a couple of places where someone like me and my crew can find some really decent work.
Son, you know I'm a detective, right? A law-abiding detective that works for the state? Or the
I know
county?
exactly that. And I do know that you also asked a complete stranger to help you with a case that you're working on, and that complete stranger was going into an area you know was restricted. So I was kind of endangering my life, and you said it's okay. Here, by the way, help me with this. So are you going to get me the information or not?
All right.
Thank you.
I'll get you what I can.
Send it to my comm link. I'll hang up.
All right.
Damn.
A few moments later, you get the message. It just says, but you won't like the outcomes. And then it gives you a GPS address.
Okay. Well,
It's always a good sign.
yeah, I will, did he give names for the place or just GPS coordinates?
It gave you a GPS coordinate, and then it says PW Andromeda. You're assuming some sort of password.
Okay. Well, Magpie, Medic, Default. Hello? Default,
Yes.
get here. Default,
Yeah.
there.
What's up?
Oh, he's back out
Default's
again.
asleep.
Of course.
Did you try to summon a real spirit this time?
I'll summon spirits. We need to go for a drink.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Great. I'll tell you on the way.
Sweet.
So, yeah, we make our way there. What time is it, by the way?
When the
Late
detective
afternoon, you
is
said.
awake, it's probably early afternoon, maybe like 3:30ish, 4.
Okay. How many more hours does Default have before he summons another sprite and passes back out again?
Default has probably another like 2-3 hours before he should be up and fully operational again.
Okay. Yeah. What is that for me?
Yeah.
I'm not very intimidating.
But you could be.
So, yeah, I say, so I talked with the detective, he gave me this info. He says we're not going to like the outcome. So that sounds kind of like fun.
Sounds like a scared street kind of thing. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, alright. We'll go to the place, wherever that is.
All right. So in the south side of London, of inner London again, there are 2 city blocks that are like very much crowded into each other, and they represent Little China. Now, Little China is a part of the south side, so it is still protected by the British Metro Police, but they don't really go into Chinatown here for the most part. You do know that it is run by like basically a mafia, the Tongs, and they control most of what's going on in the streets there of their own little couple little blocks here of the inner city. Now, because of the population and especially the density of population in this area, even at like you guys are arriving here in the afternoon, but even at night, if you're walking around, which is basically how you get around everywhere because there's not enough room for like vehicle traffic with all of the people walking in the streets. It is like a constant convoluted mess. There are always people everywhere. So even if you think that your character should be alone, there's homeless people there in the background. There are people like there in the hallways just standing there drinking or shooting up meth, doing whatever their drug of choice is. Just there are people everywhere, so try to keep that in mind.
Okay.
Usually you need a good reason to be in a place like this. I hope we got one.
Yeah. Coming in for a drink.
Are you Chinese and don't look it?
Well, Mexican or not Mexican. Medic has a. Wait, I'm gonna double check this first.
Is Medic maybe half Chinese? have to find out.
Japanese. Nope,
Oh.
I do not have. Nope,
I
that
gonna
was
say,
in
that'd
my
be great.
previous alliteration.
Chinese and Japanese people love each other.
Of
Everybody
course.
knows
Right.
that.
No, Medic is no. My original concept of Medic, he was Japanese or half Japanese.
Okay,
was-
so nobody here is Chinese.
Nope.
Just let's be very respectful then.
All right, so you make your way through the throngs and crowds to a like a narrow entryway between two shops. It has those hanging paper lamps in the typical or stereotypical Chinese fashion. As you push your way between or underneath the lamps and walk out into like this alleyway, you're greeted by the smell of meat. Because there's like a impromptu like little butcher shop here in the alley, and people hosing off what looks like dog, rat, and pig here in the alley as there are two butchers going to town making cuts of all of this and discarding waste and whatnot. There's also a man there. He looks to be like a half orc, and he stands about 6'4", so he's really tall. And he stands out because he's actually in a nice black suit. And as the three of you kind of approach, even as you're approaching the lamps, the paper lamps, he's looking at you. But as you walk in, he presents himself like in front of the three of you, and asks, "What are you doing here?"
Was he speaking English?
He's speaking a broken English, yeah.
Okay.
This is the place, right? I look up at Minos.
I thought so. We'd like to go in. Password was what was it? Andromeda. So, yes.
When you mention Andromeda, he smiles a little bit. This way. He turns,
Thank you.
puts his hand out to let you walk past. As you do, he walks kind of a little bit beside you there, opens a door into one of the buildings. It goes down maybe 3-4 steps into a lower section of the building. The door is old and wooden and creaks as he opens it. Inside, it looks to be dimly lit. Just inside the door, you do hear a slight commotion, and there is the stairs go down probably another like 11 steps or so, 10, 11 steps, where it's just a concrete hallway descending straight down, and then there's a larger, thicker security door with 2 armed guards in very similar gear. Like they've got the same black business suits on. Only these guys have submachine guns at the ready, but
Okay.
by their waist.
Just kind of waving them. Hey guys.
Yeah, he shows you. He points, gestures down the stairs. When the 3 of you get down to the bottom of the stairs, one of the security officers looks the 3 of you up and down, and shows a metal detecting wand and starts to wave it over the 3 of you. Do any of you have anything on you larger than like a heavy pistol?
Machine pistol.
No, that works. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. The AR mark all of your weapons. Unless you've got something that you're trying to keep hidden, you can go ahead and let me know.
No.
I have a mono whip coiled up inside a finger compartment.
All right. Yeah, they won't find that.
Okay.
So, that goes unmarked, but everything else gets marked, it seems like. And then they open the door. The door is an elevator shaft, kind of like a new age looking elevator shaft. And once the door is open for the elevator shaft, it sounds like there's like a concert or something going on downstairs, because you hear lots of thunderous like stomping, clapping, and things like that. Lots of shouts, cheers.
Okay.
All right.
What is going on here, Minos?
Once you step into the elevator, it descends very quickly. It's probably only descends about a flight, and then opens up. Once it does open up, though, it opens up into a large room that holds about 2,000 people. Just on 3 of the walls, it's just covered in like bleacher stands for people to stand and sit on. And then in the center of this room, it's what looks like a kind of like an old boxing ring, but it's set up in more of the Jean-Claude Van Damme kickboxer style, where it's lifted up on both ends. And you see people doing what looks like an illegal boxing match in the middle of it. So at each of the 4
bet you
corners
they don't
of the
have a
mat,
license
there are
for
lots of bookies taking bets for the fighters and things like that. But other than that, it looks like a normal underground fighting pit.
I don't think this is our kind of place.
I'd hold off on that.
Magpie,
Okay.
you notice a spot in the bleachers that looks more like a VIP area, because there are people there in very well-dressed clothes. It's a front row seat, and nobody's like because of how crowded it is, nobody's crowding up on these people. Like, nobody's reaching over them with their money and things like that. And everybody's like, these people have their space.
See, point that out to them. Important people, this is exactly our kind of place. Listen, no one's asking you to fight, Minos, though that would be amazing. Business. That's what we're here for, right? We're here to find somebody to pay us money to do things they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Let's hope that happens.
Okay.
So let's see if we can go find make us some room, but big guy, and see if we can watch the fight. Maybe I can see if we can get their attention at some point.
Okay. Yeah. Look for a place that we can watch them. See if what kind of business they're doing. And watch the fight.
It looks like 3 of the... So you guys watch the fights for about 20-30 minutes. There are a couple... in that time, there's actually only one fight that takes place in the half an hour. It lasts maybe 6-7 minutes. It's fairly impressive. Neither of them have like wired reflexes or adept reflexes or things like that. So it looks like, for the most part, when you're watching it, you think like, oh yeah, I could easily stomp these people. But Other than that, yeah, they box, they fight with one another. There's a little bit of blood, and then there is a ref, although, or I guess a judge. Although, yeah, they don't make like any calls. It's pretty no holds bar. Um, there are 3 of the VIPs that seem to be betting pretty heavily on the fights, and then for each of the VIP, there's 2 to 4 attendants. Now, the attendants don't really seem that interested in the fights. They seem more interested in keeping track of their VIPs' needs, like keeping track of what they have, where their money is being bet on, keeping track of who's up fighting next, or things like that. It looks like these guys might also manage some of the fighters. Yeah, so fairly typical again of a setup for
Okay.
a box ring.
So as soon as I get them situated, it's mingle time for Magpie. So I'm going to be walking around looking for people who look important, talking to them like, "Hey, how's it going?" Small talk, business, question mark,
All right.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, so there's a point between some of the fights where they will like the announcers are going on and on. It's an obvious fill, and then they'll bring out beers and drinks, or maybe like some sort of food on a stick, probably rat and dog, and yeah. So during that time, do you want to go ahead and you can use your pheromones and whatnot if you want to go ahead and give me a charisma roll.
Etiquette?
Etiquette.
Okay. And this will be the first time I'm meeting any of these gentlemen, so... But... That's not it. Okay, we're maybe in the right window. Hey!
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Through your mingling and whatnot, you're making some pretty funny jokes as the people around you are obviously charmed, and they're more than politely laughing at some of the comments you make. And you're right, you know about that last fighter. He was gassed out very quickly. I wonder what was wrong with him. And you make an assessment about how he probably had a broken hand before the fight that he didn't mention. And they're like, oh, I would have changed my bets. And they're going back on this. Oh, if you'd have been standing here as one of my attendants, I'd have known and made a better bet. And so they're going on about these things. And they've obviously taken a liking to you.
Next time, just call me.
One man in particular, he's a little bit taller. He looks to be elven. Although his ears aren't very pointed, they're almost they're like halfway between pointed and rounded, so it's hard to place him as an elf. He's a redhead. He stands about 6 foot tall, and he's in a very nice suit. He's one of the 3 VIPs, so of course they're dressed very, very nicely. And he has 3 attendants with him. And something about the way you're trying to drop like small hints about wanting a job. He's a little overly eager about sharing some contact information with you, and you think perhaps he's picking up or keying in on these hints that you're dropping about needing a job.
Excellent. Maybe we can talk after the fight without so many people around.
That'd be wonderful. I'll put you in touch with my liaison here, Kylie.
Excellent. Like looking around, looking for Kylie?
Yeah, as soon as their name is mentioned, this younger woman steps forward and is like, "Hi, I'm Kylie," and she starts trading comlink information with you so that the 2 of you can get in touch. It's probably like a secured node where the 2 of you can leave drop messages.
Cool. And he didn't give me his name or anything, did he?
No, he does not.
Okay. All right. Well, it's nice meeting you. Just let me know when you got something.
I'm sure we'll be in touch.
So bring like 3 beers back to the group.
Oh, and they'll also let you know when the next fights are.
It's like, listen, I made a friend. Hopefully, it will be a very productive professional relationship.
Great.
This was a good lead. It's a good lead, Minos.
Why don't you go ahead and put that person down as a contact, even though you don't have their name, as having 2 loyalties since you rolled 9 successes?
I will write Elvin Ginger.
Elvin Ginger.
And that's just him.
Schedule for the fights.
That's what it sounds like. Or at least he gave us when the next one is.
What sort of fights are there?
Say what?
That's a good question. Maybe a cyber fight.
Did you say what kind of fights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fights are pretty no holds bar. Well, they are devoted to like weight classes still. Like a 25-pound spread in weight. All of the classes still fight fairly within their categories. Like magicians and whatnot are not allowed to summon spirits into the battleground. All of the combat has to be done between the 2 combatants themselves, so no drones or anything like that, no using weapons of any kind. If you're like a physical adept or a mage, then you fight it within the magic category, and if you're like cybered out, then you generally fight within the cybered out category. But there's nothing saying that you have to. So adepts can challenge a cyber person can challenge an adept. It kind of goes weighted on like pound for pound who's the best fighter. And people still challenge one another.
Do they have drone fights?
No, this is not a drone fight type place.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
I know, Robot Wars, right?
Yes.
Do they have Technomancer fights?
Go find me a fight.
You want to find you a fight? 'Cause,
I can do that.
That's one of the things that the Ginger does, is he manages fighters.
What better way to get his good graces?
So I will go and talk to Kylie real quick, and just be like, hey, and I remember him talking about fights. You guys looking for fighters?
Oh, we're always looking for prominent fighters.
Okay, I want to turn your head over here. Look at that big son of a bitch right over there.
Oh, very impressive. I like the muscle structure on him. How well does he perform? How much does he cost?
Well, I'm not going to sell him to you, but I would like to propose that he'd be interested in some fights. He performs extremely well.
Do you have a taste of what he's done before?
I mean, he's never hit me, or else I wouldn't be talking to you. But I think I can get you some footage.
It's very important. Depending on the size of the purse is how much the fighter gets paid. And the more we could talk up a Minotaur fight, well, that'd be probably a very large purse.
So I'll start accessing my archives, see if I can get any of that footage of when we fought the motorcycle gang guys.
The Third Worlders?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Maybe him jumping into the van.
There's also a video from Kansas too.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the Moab.
What's the what would you earn? What would we earn from something like that?
It's a good question.
And when I say we, I really meant me.
Yes.
So the fighter normally receives a stipend depending on how many fights they've been in before. So your portion of the purse would probably be smaller at first. If it's your first fight, I don't know, he's a large fighter, so we'd probably give him between 5,000 and 7,000 yen, and then a percentage of the door.
And that's upon winning, of course.
No, that's just for fighting. If he wins, then he gets a bonus.
Oh.
There's
Very
a
good.
winner's bonus for each of the categories. Let's go ahead, though, and call it here for right now.